Hey everyone, it's Lorenzo and happy holidays. Chris and I want to give you a special gift this year as a way of saying thank you for all of your support, all of the questions, all of the downloads, and all the sharing of the podcast. This special gift is the audio book version of my book, Vision, Clarity, and Support. We've broken it up into multiple podcasts that will be less than 15 minutes each, so you can hear parts of the book throughout your day. So thank you again for all of your support, and please enjoy.
It is often said that a career in retail finds you and not the other way around. I started my retail journey 30 years ago thinking it would be a short-lived step to something else. As a part-time store employee, I quickly realized that I loved the day-to-day interaction with employees and customers, and I could not imagine myself doing anything else. Today, I absolutely believe one of the very best experiences for teaching someone to be a great leader is running a store. I learned more about leadership in my 10-plus years as store leader than in any other role. The role of a store leader provides the unique vantage point of seeing the interdependencies of all functional areas of the business, merchandising, marketing, supply chain, finance, etc., come together to, ultimately, create both the employee and customer experience. In other words, the store leader role drives systemic thinking. Finally, store leaders understand that leadership is about working in the gray. Leadership is not linear, and there is not a perfect one-size-fits-all solution to every problem. In any given day, a store leader is presented with situations and problems that cannot be planned for in advance. They use the value system of the organization as a set of guiding principles in problem solving, versus following a set of policies and procedures. Over my career, I have learned there are three core competencies that distinguish good leaders from great leaders. First, great leaders hire great people and build high-performance teams. And in order to build high-performance teams, you must first build trusting relationships, have the ability to communicate the why for everything the team sets out to do, and provide clarity around goals and objectives. Second, great leaders provide their teams a high level of psychological safety. This means creating an environment where people feel comfortable taking risks, making mistakes, sharing concerns openly, and bringing their best selves to work. Finally, great leaders are great storytellers. Storytellers provide context and real-life examples that deeply connect, engage, and inspire the team. I met Lorenzo 15 years ago when I was the store leader at the Best Buy store in Westminster, California. I quickly realized Lorenzo embodies all three of these core competencies. Lorenzo understands that leadership is about the ability to influence and inspire others and not about a title. While I did not know what specific leadership role he would have on my team, what I did know was that he was someone I absolutely needed to help lead the change in the endeavor ahead of us. Many leadership books teach through theory and process instead of context grounded in real-life experiences. I am grateful Lorenzo is choosing to share his leadership philosophy with us through the lens of his real-life leadership journey. And yes, Lorenzo is a great storyteller. What makes this book compelling is that he is sharing all of his learnings from the vantage point of the store leader role. People who know me well often hear me say that the store leader is one of, if not the most important roles in any retail organization. We rely on them to inspire and engage the majority of the organization's workforce. This book will help leaders create a vision that connects uniquely with everyone on a team. Clearly define expectations of the team, while also clearly defining what the team can expect from the leader. And finally, how the leader can effectively support the team in a way that drives a high-performing, highly engaged organization. Gil Dennis. Gil Dennis has spent his entire 30-year career in retail. He is currently the Executive Vice President of Retail, Human Resources, and Customer Experience for Indigo. Prior to working at Indigo, Gil was the Senior Vice President of Stores at Dress Barn, a division of Ascena Retail Group. Prior to Dress Barn, Gil worked at Best Buy for 10 years in various retail and human resources leadership roles. Introduction. Vision, Clarity, Support. A leadership crash course on the 3 pillars of success is your next stepping stone to accelerating your own leadership capabilities, opening communication through connection, and improving employee efficiency in today's workplace. It is intended to be a short reference guide, ready to be implemented immediately. Other leadership theory and quick fix books miss out on meeting leaders where they currently stand. This book recognizes there are a range of leaders, from those with significant tenure to those who are brand new to the role, to those who've yet to earn the title but feel the drive to contribute to their team today. We know you're ready to make changes, and the tools provided within this book are designed in a way to fit every level of leadership. It will lend real-life examples to relate to the current state of your business and provide the steps necessary to create a lasting impact on your leaders, your employees, and the community. My promise to you, rather than throw concrete solutions at you, I will supply the questions necessary to lead you to the unique solutions that will work best for your team. Instead of focusing on theory, I will provide actions you can take right now before you even finish reading. This is the book to read, set aside, and reference often. It should be covered in pencil marks and highlighter, and the page corners should be dog-eared. What you won't get is corporate talk, cheesy acronyms to memorize, or a one-size-fits-all approach. Let's face it, our experiences are rarely one-sized. What you will get is an in-depth look at the 3 themes that will set you up for success: vision, clarity, and support. Why they're important. What they mean to you and your job. What great looks like. How you can do it. How to tell if they're working. We'll discuss how the 3 work together and what can be accomplished when they align. And you'll be able to take practical steps throughout to evaluate how close you are to bringing these 3 pillars into your workplace. I'd place a bet right now that you're closer than you think, and many of the elements described in the pages that follow will seem familiar. It's just a matter of taking care to ensure each pillar is given its own attention. Let's take what's already working for you and make it even better. By understanding, embracing, and utilizing my 3 pillars of success, any leader of people will improve their ability to connect with their teams in a way that creates trust, loyalty, and empowerment, ultimately leading to a work environment that emanates credibility, productivity, and ongoing success. Who should read this book? Vision, Clarity, Support, a leadership crash course on the, you know what? Let's just refer to as the 3 pillars from here on out. The 3 pillars caters to a wide audience that includes leaders, aspiring leaders, and the entire generation of workforce employees who are born in the age of technology. Philosophies are shifting, career expectations are expanding, and the ways of leading in generations past are no longer capable of keeping up with the workforce of today. The 3 pillars is meant to inspire and open a conversation amongst those who want to lead well and those who want to be led well. You may find yourself in one of these categories. The leaders. This book is a tool to aid you in self-reflection. This may be your first time hearing about the 3 pillars, vision, clarity, and support, but these theories are naturally occurring. In a workplace that seems to be well aligned with a cohesive team and happy customers, the 3 pillars are most likely already in effect. If this is the case, this book will help you understand why the well-oiled machine is working so efficiently and where to go from here. If this doesn't describe your current work environment, now is the time to make changes and bring on great success. In the pages that follow, you'll be encouraged to consider the feedback you've received from employees and peers. This is merely the kindling. You'll be the spark that ignites a path to constructive conversations and empowerment. The 3 pillars will help you define roles, lay out clear expectations, and eliminate miscommunication. You'll be left with a new perspective that will advance you as a leader. You'll uncover opportunities that are ready for action right now, and you'll transform day-to-day reactionary behavior into proactive teamwork. The contributors. You may not be a leader yet, but perhaps you aspire to be. Or maybe you're satisfied where you are, but want to take on a more proactive role in improving your workplace. After all, this is your life, and if you can better it, why not? This book will provide insight on what it's like to be a part of leadership in a company, what it's like to make difficult decisions, prioritize time, and handle problems that may have conflicting solutions. After reading this, you can evaluate and reset your own expectations. You'll recognize the dynamics of leadership within your own work environment. Better yet, you'll uncover ways in which you can challenge your leaders to be even better. Perhaps your environment isn't as productive or inspired as you'd like. A mentor once told me, "You deserve the leadership you tolerate." Are you satisfied with how things currently stand at your job? Do you want them to be better? Do you want to love going into work each day? Do you want to be surrounded by those who inspire and support you? You can do something about it. Whether your title states it or not, you're reading this because you serve the role of a leader. The 3 pillars is the resource you need to ensure positive growth, maximum success, and, ultimately, team satisfaction. This is the book for leaders by a leader. Understanding those we lead. I grew up in Michigan amongst all the car manufacturing plants. They had a magic weapon that allowed for things like brand new cars and credit cards, the workers' unions. The unions empowered employees and prevented them from being treated as disposable. They aided them in finding new jobs and opportunities, and things like overtime could be treated as guaranteed salary. It was a time of excess. I was in middle school when they shut down Willow Run plant and watched as friends and family were impacted by its closure. Suddenly, there were mass layoffs and lost pensions. Where people once spent decades working for the same company, now they were no longer taken care of by those businesses. The valuable, hard-earned skills these employees had developed were non-transferable, and they couldn't find new jobs easily. They lost their livelihood when their once stable industry became unreliable. The children of these unfortunate employees witnessed the developing distrust that ensued and quickly learned a new philosophy on life, one grounded in purpose and happiness rather than things and stuff. This new generation started considering what they wanted in life, and then strive to build a career path that would get it. Jobs weren't just for paying the bills anymore. Employees wanted fun. They wanted to find what they loved and make money doing it. Creativity, passion, and satisfaction replaced the previous priorities of big homes, nice cars, and affluence. We've all possessed these sorts of dreams, but the new generation had something previous generations never did: an explosion of technology. With access to the entire world, we were all able to watch as people made their wildest dreams come true. The internet provided new resources, social media, digital storefronts, and countless ways to share. Today, entrepreneurialism is possible for anyone with a vision and the drive to act on it. People can make careers for themselves. They can be influencers. And it's this mindset that leaves so much room for growth, self-satisfaction, and opportunity to impact those around us. However, this leads to a huge disconnect between the leaders of previous generations and today's workforce. There are new expectations and standards, and you can quickly be left behind if you don't understand modern technology, the purpose of social media, concepts like Kickstarter, and even how to find information through today's most relevant news sources. I've heard leaders say things like, "Oh, I don't use social media." They wear it like it's simply something they aren't into. But this is today's method of communication. There's so much happening that when you aren't in tune with where you're going socially, where our employees are gathering their information, and how this content shapes opinions, then you aren't connected. If your focus as a leader is simply on business results, you're going to be seen as someone who doesn't relate, doesn't understand, and at worst, doesn't care. Today's workforce is brilliant. They're fearless and can do things in an instant that once took so much time and effort. I was a latchkey kid responsible for my sister, and my mom would call every day on her lunch break, 12:15, with things for us to do and lessons to learn. There used to be infomercials for encyclopedia sets, a valuable reference tool you could have in your own home. We had a set of those, and we'd have to use them to look up topics and write reports. It took time and effort to seek this knowledge. We had to work to learn, using these massive references or seeking information from those with the knowledge. Access to information was barely there. Now it's instant. We can immediately find answers and instantly express our opinions. I can ask a question and have an answer from a credible source in less than 5 minutes. This makes retention of the information unnecessary, as well as it takes little effort to retrieve it. Need to fix your sink? Google it. You can be your own handyman with a couple videos. Car making a strange noise? Compare it to other uploaded audio files and find out the exact problem. Because of the internet, we can learn constantly, and this generation has grown up with that. This immediate gratification and access has consequences, though. Committing to something that takes a while can be a struggle when everything else is nearly effortless to attain. Because of this, it is important for leaders to take the time to understand each employee on a deeper level. What do they hope to achieve? How can we guide them? We want them to chase their dreams. That may seem counterintuitive to the success of our business, but it's true. Just as quickly as we can learn how to repave our backyard patio, we can access the success stories of those who've started new businesses, carved out their own niche in an industry, or made careers out of consulting. There are so many examples of these people who've proven you can go after what you want and attain massive success. This generation has a built-in entrepreneurial spirit, and if they feel like what they're doing today isn't helping them get to their goals, then you'll lose them. They won't show up with their best, if they even show up at all.